Right, have you actually set the microphone levels at the correct pitch? Yep, good. Okay, try and look like you know what you're doing. Hello, welcome back. More Football Manager Chelsea Challenge here on the channel with me, Mr. Grand 2. How you doing? How you doing? I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. I'm loving this save. I'm loving the fact they have a functioning computer. It's really very good. So let's get right in it then. Two more games today, as you would expect, and well, it's been going pretty well since last time. I mean, let's look at the club vision straight away. Up to a B. Up to a B. Our grade is improving, and I mean that's why we're here, isn't it? Just to get personal trinkets, personal honours. And you know, it's not just Marina that's impressed anymore. Roman himself, he's come out of his exile, out of his cave. I don't think he lives in a cave. I think he's got a lot of money. He doesn't need a cave, but he's pleased with me because we won Manager of the Month once again. And well, let's just see why. So when we left off last time, things were going pretty well. The biggest disappointment in recent times was a 0-0 draw with Watford, and well, it's only gotten better since then. We played Manchester City. I was a little bit scared, but we won. We won 1-0. Tammy Abraham getting the goal, only goal of the game. They dominated, it's fair to say, in terms of shots and shots on target, but we did actually control possession, and it showed. We got the goal that we needed. They didn't. Defensively, very resolute as well. Kepa, I said it last time, has been absolutely sensational for us this season. His average rating doesn't necessarily reflect it. 6.92. He's been way better than that. I mean, he had that one great game with a good average rating, but otherwise he's been sensational, and I think his average rating should reflect that. Anyway, that was a great result. A 2-0 win against bottom of the league, Sheffield United. Coming soon after that, Tammy Abraham in the goals once again. He's been sensational. He had a little bit of a dry spell, but he's certainly picked himself up. Kante with the other one as well, and a 1-0 win against Arsenal. Antonio Rudiger getting the only goal in that one. Another huge win for us. It's been going really well, it's fair to say, in terms of wins. Not necessarily in terms of numbers of goals scored. 2-0, really the best we've done. In fact, all season, I think, yeah, the 3-1 win against Ajax and the 3-0 win against Leeds. We beat Brighton 3-0 as well. We've only scored 3 goals a few times. We've never scored more than 3. Very cut and dry. Score a goal, shut up shop. We create plenty of chances, but we're just not particularly clinical. Anyway, yeah, so the 1-0 win against Burnley, Tammy Abraham getting the goal once again. And then we are through in the FA Cup as well. The rotated side winning that one. Ruben Loftus-Cheek getting the only goal of the game. Nice to see him picking up a goal on his return from injury. And we're through in that competition as well. So going well. Going well. You might be thinking, well, you won Manager of the Month. You won all those games. What position are you in the league? You better believe it. Top of the league. I didn't see this coming. I'll be honest. 47 points after 20 games isn't too bad. 2 points clear of Manchester City, although Liverpool, because of their shenanigans with the fixture list and the Club World Cup, the way they win their games in hand, they will go above us. But, you know, we're not expected to win anything this season. The fact that we got to the League Cup semi-final, if we can see, ticked off the compete for trophies part of the club vision. We were supposed to challenge for Silverware next season. The fact that we've got to the League Cup semi-final has already ticked that one off, which is good to see. So we'll start things off with the FA Cup 4th round draw. Why not? Let's see who we get. See if we come out relatively quickly. Hopefully we avoid a big team. I don't want to be put under undue pressure. I like getting the sort of lower league sides. And yeah, there you go. That's a lower league side, if ever there was one. Man City away. Just a bit inconvenient. And I suppose we can't really complain because if you can have a look at the screen now, you'll see that our League Cup semi-final opponents, who we're going to face today in the first leg, are none other than Blackburn Rovers. So we might have missed out in the FA Cup in terms of a great draw for the next round, but we have got a pretty good draw for the League Cup, it's fair to say. The other semi-final, Liverpool versus Norwich, so that could be interesting depending on who wins that one. But we've got Blackburn, and that's a pretty good result, I think. I didn't mention, but you have got eyes. Logos are here, logo packs. We've installed a logo pack. I've never had one before, other than like I used a Premier League logo pack at the end of last year's game, but yeah, it looks nice. Looks nice. Face pack's not in yet because it's going to take a while. So it's January. It is January, and we can't make any transfers though because obviously we've got a transfer ban. Olivier Giroud's gone though. If we look at the history, he's off. He's gone to Schalke. We wish him all the best. A few other players have got offers to go somewhere else. Levi Colwill, who's one of our youngsters, who, I mean, he's got 4-star potential. The entire league wants him. For some reason, he doesn't want to sign a new contract, even though we're top of the league. So he's off, probably to West Ham, which is a little bit unfortunate. Caballero's got offers as well. I'm not going to give him a new contract. Pedro's received an offer as well from Sevilla. I don't want to lose him for nothing. Obviously, we can't afford to sell him now because we wouldn't have anyone to replace him with. But he's 32. He's not that great. I wasn't going to renew his contract anyway, so he's going to probably go. But the real big news that you all were looking forward to, Danny Drinkwater's back. He was only on 6 months on loan at Burnley. They wanted to extend the loan, but I said, no, we need another player in midfield just to make sure we're sort of secure. And yes, obviously, he's not the best. Not the best. He's had his personal issues in recent years. He's only got marking of 7. We were not going to let him anywhere near penalties. But, he's decent. He's in his prime years. He's not really played any football recently. To be fair, he's played for Burnley, scored a goal. So, he's going to fit in really well here. Other than that, then, we obviously can't sign anybody anytime soon. But the ban will expire at the end of this window, so we can potentially bring in some players on freeze, but I think we'll probably just wait for the summer. So without further ado then, Blackburn Rovers in the League Cup semi-final. We did play a rotated side against Rotherham, which means quite simply we can afford to play a full-strength team here. Get a good result here in the first leg, really just control the time, rest everybody for the second leg, and we'll be absolutely laughing. I mean, what more can we ask for? We're on a great run. Obviously, this run's going to come to an end at some point. That's inevitable. But we're going to enjoy it while it lasts. This is the team then. It's a pretty settled side. Kepa, as we said, have been fantastic. Emerson, Christensen, Rudiger, and James. Rudiger's been a bit suspended recently because of his naughtiness, but he's back again today. Jorginho, Mount, and Kante, the midfield, they have been excellent. Look at the partnership they've got already. Wingers, I'm a little bit hot and cold. Hudson-Odoi's done really well recently. Pulisic has not been particularly good recently, but he's going to stay in there for now. And of course, Tammy Abraham, the only one of our players who is approaching the top 10 of the average rating in the best average rating in the league, is up front. Of course he is, because he's a goal machine. So it's Blackburn. Danny Drinkwater can't play. I know. I'm devastated. So are you. Let's go. We really should be winning this. If we don't, then it's kind of a disaster. Obviously, if we have Liverpool in the final, we're probably not going to win. But yeah, Blackburn, they have got some threats. Of course, Stuart Downing, he's 35. It's not that much of a threat. But Bradley Dack definitely is a player who is wanted by Aston Villa. Not quite our level, but nevertheless, how is he 26 already? So he's been around forever, but a top-class player, certainly at Championship level, can do a job in the Premier League for sure. Ben Brereton as well, been a decent pickup as a youngster for a while now. Doesn't look that great this year, but certainly some threats which we need to be wary of. So I don't want anyone to get complacent. I expect nothing but a win from this first leg. I really do. We'd be in all sorts of bother if we didn't. We've got a full-strength side out there. We need to try and score more than 2 goals. That would be ideal. Okay, chance early on for Blackburn, headed away by Christensen though from the corner, and we counter its speed. Mason Mount running free. Abraham was there in a glorious position. Unfortunately, Mason decided to be a tad selfish. Can he respond though? Mason Mount with the corner, looking for anyone. Rudiger got his goal scoring boots a lot this season. He plays it back to Mount, who cracks it against the bar, and there is Tammy to find the ball this time and slot home the rebound. Brilliant stuff. We have been very good from set pieces. Lovely ball from Rudiger. Down to Mount, who cracks it against the post. And then Tammy Abraham simply cannot miss from a position like that. Jorginho on the ball, looking for some space. It's really been the midfield 3 that have excelled this season, and the wing backs. Wingers have kind of let us down a little bit, but they've done plenty of things. Still, nevertheless, can they have a chance to shine here though? Working it through the midfield 3. Kante out to Reece James. He's been a real star as well on the right hand side, and he's been fouled. It looks like it's going to be a penalty. It is a penalty. Jorginho is going to take it. He's not the most consistent with penalties. There you go. I think we've only scored like once, maybe twice. We do miss more than not. Sort it out, SI, please. I think it's ridiculous. Not necessarily the amount of penalties being given, but the number of times they're saved. Reece James with the corner in. Can we get a second before half-time? Reece James with a free kick, hits the wall. Hudson-Odoi plays it down, and Christian Pulisic, he's been a bit criticised recently by the fans and the board because of his recent lacklustre performances, but he gets himself a goal there. Assist from Antonio Rudiger. What a season he's having as well. Tap in from Pulisic. Another goal from a set piece. Another goal from a set piece, but I'm not going to complain about that. England got to the semi-finals of the World Cup, basically only scoring from set pieces. 2-0, total domination. Keep it up, lads. It's one-way traffic. Let's seal this, get a couple more in the second half, and then we don't need to worry about the second leg at all. Reece James, another set piece. Can we put this one away? Yes, we can, although that looked like it might be a little bit offside. I think they're going to rule this one out. It is. Mason Mount is ruled out. How do I change this angle, by the way? They all look like ants. Stamford Bridge is not that big. Alright, 25 minutes on the clock, looking good, in control. A third goal would be lovely, though, to really put this tie to bed. Reece James with another free kick. Can we bundle this one away? Not quite. Work it back down to Jorginho. Pings it forward to James, to Hudson-Odoi. Oh dear. 2 bites at the cherry. I think the first one was saved, but he definitely hit the post on the second one, if not on both occasions. We'll take Reece James off. He's been brilliant, but he's lacking a little bit of fitness. And Jorginho as well. Bring on Kovacic for him, and just see if we can find ourselves another goal. Probably shouldn't have taken off Jorginho, seeing as he's our main midfield output. But there we go. He did miss a penalty, so he needs to go and sit down for a while. Think about what he's done. It could have been 3-0, should have been 3-0. Throw in on the left-hand side. Emerson to Kovacic to Tammy Abraham. Lots of space to run into, and he does run into. What a hit from Tammy Abraham. He definitely knows where the goal is, even if other players do not. Another set piece. This time it's a throw-in. Who cares? Lovely pass from Kovacic. Tammy Abraham, all the time in the world. He's not going to miss when you give him that much space on the ball. Lovely hit from him. Second of the game, 15th of the season. What a season he is having. We'll have to give him a new contract at some point. Although I think he's designed one recently in real life, so that might be in the game. Christian Pulisic, he needs a standing ovation. He's got the monkey off his back, got himself a goal. We'll bring on Willian for the final few minutes. We've got the third that we needed. We've scored 3 goals for... We haven't done it very often, have we? But we've scored 3 goals today. 3-0 against Blackburn. You have to say we're in pole position to get into the League Cup final. Absolutely fantastic. We'll probably lose that final if we have to play Liverpool, but, you know, you've got to be in it to win it. Right, we've got plenty of time now until the next league match against Aston Villa. Obviously one of the grand old sides of English football, recently re-promoted, and Tammy Abraham's former club. So you know what that means. He's not going to score against them. Obviously, if it was the other way round, then he'd score a hat-trick, but it doesn't work like that. Marco van Ginkel, I'm going to look to sell him. His contract's up at the end of the season. He's horrifically injury-prone. He's also not that great. I think we should probably look to sell him, get a bit of value in for him. He's not going to play, given the fact that we've got Danny Drinkwater back anyway. Might as well look to move him on, get a bit of cash. Saying that, I mean, some decent teams are interested in him, but nevertheless, they're not top 6 teams. So I think we'll look to sell him now rather than lose him on a free, and then we can bring in some better players in the summer. It does say he's probably going to reject the moves, but I've rejected the West Ham bid. I've got 12 million from Leicester, 12 million from Wolves. That'll do. I think actually if we get 12 million, that will be a profit. Yeah, we signed him for 4.2 million from Vitesse, and he's just been out on loan, not really done anything, always been injured. I don't know if it's going to show his injuries. It is, yeah. Done his cruciate 3 times, and his knee. Yeah, let's let him go. Hopefully he has better luck somewhere else, and hopefully he accepts a contract offer. Right, Manchester City have won, so we're back down to second in the table. Unchanged team for the visit of Aston Villa to Stamford Bridge, and well, let's get right to it. Right, definitely a side that could pose us some threats. Wesley up top, scored a few this season. Jack Grealish on the left-hand side, and they've signed Jared Bowen as well. Obviously a very good young player. English player, can be Welsh, not that he knows it. Let's prove a point. Go out there, keep it up. We're on an insanely scintillating run. Unfortunately, the rest of the top 6 are doing pretty well as well. So yeah, let's keep it up. It's quite interesting that Liverpool and Man City, obviously they're doing well. You would expect that, but Arsenal, Man United, and Tottenham, none of them replicating their real life bad form, which I think is a talent. I mean, Man United and Arsenal, no one's surprised by how badly they've done. Spurs, okay, is a little bit of a shock, but they were awful domestically towards the end of last season, so it's not that much of a shock. But as far as the game's concerned, they're still really good. First highlight of the game, headed away from a corner by Wesley, but we've still got it. Mason Mount being bundled over by Douglas Luiz there. It's got a penalty. Jorginho is going to take it. I mean, is he going to have better luck than in the other game? No, he's not. Straight down the middle. What is this? This is ridiculous. All right, he's missed it again. Hang on. Let me just hold up a second. Hold up. Penalty taking 16. 16. There's something wrong. Anyway, Aston Villa coming forwards. Hopefully it doesn't cost us. Jack Grealish on the left-hand side. Reece James absolutely mugs him off, though, and carries off on his merry way right to the touchline into Pulisic. Can he find a ball across? He decides to shoot for some reason, even though there was several players there, and Heaton makes the save. Corner comes in, and nothing doing. Reece James with a free kick, and he cracks it against the woodwork corner of the frame of the goal, I think. And at half-time, somehow, we're at 0-0. Right, second half, we need a goal. We don't want to drop any more points. The league is so close. Aston Villa mucking it around at the back, and they gift us an opener. Horrific passing there. Matt Targett seems to be the player at fault. I mean, what is he doing? Ezri Konsa standing there, misses it. Callum Hudson-Odoi cannot believe his luck and slams it home, looking for a second. Jared Bowen on the ball, wrestling with Mason Mount, and Aston Villa get it away. Conor Hourihane playing it out to the old campaigner, Ahmed Al-Mohammadi, and some lovely exchange of passing in the middle with Aston Villa, but with a pressing, as ever, from us, pinning them back. It's surely only a matter of time before either we win it back or they score. Jared Bowen, is he going to go for a shot? Yes, he is. It's not just us that affects. Right, time is ticking away. Not many highlights in the second half. We've dominated in terms of shots on target once again. 10 minutes to go. We'll make a little bit of a change. Tammy's not had his best game. We'll bring on Michy Batshuayi. Christian Pulisic again. Better take him off for Willian and see if we can see this one out. We might take Jorginho off as well, again, to punish him. Right, into injury time. Can we see this one out? Just 1 minute left on the clock. It's looking pretty good. Yes, it is. It's another 1-0 win. Plenty of chances. Should have been more than one. I'm not going to say they were disappointing. Just keep it up. Well done, boys. You've won again. Really pleasing. Really pleasing to see. I'm not going to do the press conference, but that is a fantastic result. Once again, 50 points on the board already. Somehow we are still top of the league. Obviously Liverpool can go back above us. Fantastic stuff. I don't know how this is happening. I've worked out how to do a good tactic. How about that? We could come back for the Liverpool game. We are out for revenge against Liverpool. We've played them a couple of times, and we may well end up playing them in the League Cup final, so we'll go past that. I think you have to say the second leg against Blackburn's kind of a formality, so maybe we'll come back for that, see how I feel, and then get some revenge against Crystal Palace, or it will be the first leg of the Champions League knockout round against PSG, coupled with either Brighton or a London derby against West Ham. But that will be next time then. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next episode. I'm loving this save so far. I hope you are too. And yeah, I'll see you next time.